Have you just made a huge mistake? Stop. Don't panic and don't frog your work. In this video, I'm going to show you the top 3 mistakes beginners make and how to fix them. I'm Steph. This is Steph's Fixation Station. Let's knit. Mistake number 1, and the number 1 mistake beginners make when they're following a pattern, is knitting when they should have purled or purling when they should have knit. In this part of the video, I'm going to show you how to undo that last stitch so that you can keep following the pattern and finish the work like a champ. Let's get into it. So undoing a knit stitch is often called tinking, and that's basically knit spelt backwards. So there's a couple of ways to do this. The cheats way, and the way I usually do, is to just turn my material towards me, and with my left-hand needle, and stick my left-hand needle into that hole that has the working yarn coming out of it. Once I've put it on my left-hand needle, I pull the stitch off the right-hand needle and then gently tug the working yarn out. But you can see that doing this means the stitch is sitting on the needle from front left to back right. And if you watch my last video, you'll know that stitches are supposed to sit on the needle from back left to front right. So you've just got to turn it around with your right needle like I'm doing here. So the easier way to actually do this is to turn your material around so that your left-hand needle's now in your right hand. I know that's a bit confusing, but stick with me here. So you want to stick your right-hand needle into the stitch where your working yarn's coming out of. And if you're having a little bit of trouble, just hold that working yarn in your left hand and fiddle it up and down so you can see where to go. You're going to stick your right-hand needle in, pull the stitch off the left needle, and then give the working yarn a bit of a tug so that the stitch comes out properly. You can see that all of my stitches are sitting on my left-hand needle in the correct orientation, ready to be worked again. So fixing a purl stitch is really similar to fixing a knit stitch. Now your first instinct is going to be to stick your left-hand needle straight into the hole created by the working yarn. But just like with the knit stitch, if you go straight in from left to right, you'll see that your stitch is in the wrong direction and you'll need to turn it around. It's not an issue if you're confident with turning your stitches around, but otherwise you'll end up with a twisted stitch. And if you're having trouble working out where to put your needle, just move the working yarn back and forth with your left hand, and you want to stick your left hand needle into the hole that the working yarn's coming out of. Put it on your left needle and pull it off the right hand needle and then pull the working yarn out. And you'll see that it's in its correct orientation and ready to be knit again. So it's as easy as that. So for knitting and purling, you just want to remember, you go into the stitch where the working yarn is coming out. The second most common mistake beginners make is dropping a stitch. In this part of the video, I'm going to show you how to pick up a stitch with or without a crochet hook, so that no matter where you are in your project, you can pick up that stitch and get back on track. Let's have a look. So the first method I'm going to be showing you here is how to pick up a dropped stitch without a crochet hook. The first thing you want to do, whether with your left hand needle or your right hand needle, is put a needle into that loop to stop it from falling any further down. Once you've got your needle into the loop, you want to put it onto your left hand needle, making sure that it's in the correct orientation. Then you need to gauge how many stitches you've actually dropped. So you can see in this instance, there's 2 bands of wool, which means I've dropped the stitch down 2 rows. So I'll need to pick up 2 rows. So in order to do this, what I'm going to do is pick up the first band of wool and place it on the needle next to the stitch that I've just picked up. I'm then going to take the stitch I just picked up and put it over the band of wool that I've put on my needle. I'm going to then repeat that with the next band of wool all the way up until I've reached the top. And you can see that perfectly recreates the knit stitches that have been dropped, and I'm ready to start knitting again straight away. And when I take a step back and look at it, you can see that you can't even tell that I made a mistake to begin with. And that's exactly what we want. Now, sometimes when you're working through your material, you'll realize that you've made a mistake in the row below and you've either purled when you should have knit or knit when you should have purled. Like in the example I'm showing here, where you can see I've purled instead of knitting. What you need to do here is intentionally drop that stitch and pick it up either in knit or purl format so that you can keep your pattern correct. Now to do this, you can either do it by using the method I just showed you without a crochet hook, or you can use a crochet hook. So in this video, I'm using this metal crochet hook. but you could just use any small crochet hook you have that fits in your work. So when using a crochet hook to pick up drop stitches, the important thing to remember is whichever direction you work into the material from the front will create a knit stitch. So if you need to create a purl stitch, you can do this exact same method, but just turn the work around and pick up the stitches from the back, and that will create a purl stitch on the front of your work. And if you want to create a knit stitch, pick up the stitches from the front of your work. So you can see that I've dropped that stitch and I've pulled the loop that I want to work into to the front, and I'm going into the material from the front of the work. And that means I'm going to create a knit stitch. And I put the crochet hook through the dropped stitch and then pick up the wool behind it and pull it through. That's created a new knit stitch that I'm going to put onto my left hand needle in the correct orientation, back left to front right. And there you go. We've fixed the row below and we've picked up our drop stitch and we're ready to start working again. So to go a little bit deeper into that example, you can see here that I've made a mistake and there's a purl stitch in the middle of my work. Now, the issue here is that you can see that the material I'm working on has a 3x3 pattern of knitting and purling, which means I'll have to go through both knits and purls in order to fix the stitch. So, just like with the previous example, we're going to intentionally drop that stitch all the way down to the issue. Once you get down to the problem loop, you want to make sure you put a needle into that dropped stitch straight away. Otherwise, you might rip too far. And I'm just taking a brief interlude here to unwind my wool, which wasn't cooperating with me today. But once that's nice and fixed, there we go, we've got a thumbs up. We're back to getting on track to fixing our material. So what you want to do is knit along your work until you reach the stitch where you've made a mistake. Then you're going to very gently drop the stitch all the way down to the problem area. And you can see I'm being very gentle here. I've sped up the footage, but I'm basically taking my time and just very slowly unpicking each loop. Then I've put my crochet hook into the first stitch, and you can see I'm just teasing apart the wool for each of the rows above to make sure that it all remains neat while I do this. And I've put my crochet hook into the front of the work because I'm about to do a knit stitch. And I actually got a little bit confused here and did 3 stitches. So I actually turn my work around and pull out the last loop that I've just made. And I go back into the loop, this time from the front of my work, and do the exact same thing. I pick up 3 more stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. And then once I've pulled that loop through, I turn my work over while the crochet hook's still inserted so it doesn't fall back down. Gently pull my crochet hook out so that I can go through the same loop again from the front. And you can see by doing this, I've maintained the pattern that's below, and I've picked up all of those drop stitches in the correct orientation, and you won't even be able to tell that there's a mistake. So just picking up those last couple of stitches now, making sure I put the stitch onto my left hand hook from back left to front right. And there you go, you would never have known that I had a purl out of place and everything's looking good. Have you ever been knitting along happily and suddenly realized there's a gap in your work? Well, that usually happens because you've created an increase somewhere along your row, and that increase has led to a hole in your work. And that brings us to mistake number 3 and the final fix for this video: how to fix that weird hole that you've created. So like I said, this hole has appeared because somewhere along the row you've created an increase. So the way to fix this one is to drop a stitch intentionally to get you back on track with your pattern. And once you've got back on track, you won't be able to know that you ever made a mistake. Let me show you how it's done. So I'm knitting along the row and you can see that I've realized there's this weird hole in my work. And it looks like it's come about because I have too many stitches. So the border of this work on either side has 4 stitches, and then it's a 3x3 repeat of knit and purl. So the first thing I need to do is work out which stitch I have to drop. Does it have to come from the border, or does it have to come from one of the patterns internally? And I can see that I've increased this stitch accidentally on the border. So what I'm going to do is take that last stitch and just pull it off the work. And because I only created this stitch in the last row, it hasn't actually created a bigger bubble in my work, so I can just knit along. And there you go, you can see that weird hole is gone, and there's absolutely no way you can tell that it was there before. And now you can just keep knitting, and everything should look just like normal. And now for my bonus tip. This one's not a mistake, but it will help you keep better consistency with your work. And that is to continuously assess each row as you do it to make sure you haven't made any mistakes. If you're doing a pattern, count the number of stitches in the pattern so that you can adjust with every row. Or if you're doing a more consistent pattern, make sure the row below matches the work that you're currently doing, because the row below is your best guide for making sure you're staying on track. And just remember that mistakes are normal throughout the knitting process, and it's those little unique flaws that make the work yours. If you enjoyed this video, consider giving me a like or comment down below, or join us over on the channel by subscribing. It's been great having you with me. I'm Steph, this is Steph's Fixation Station. See you guys next time. Bye!